Good Friday evening, everybody. How the heck you doing? I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight Our War and Manny Vitale's Wolfpack, and just enjoying another another just great day. You know, so much has been going on. Um, I was going to say during the day, the past week, month, this has been a whirlwind since January 9th, 2023. And that's the date that I was blessed to start My Fight Our War. And when I started it, it was without a clue of what I was doing. The only thing that I knew is this was something that not that I felt like doing, nothing that I wanted to do. This is something that I had to do. I can't explain that, except it came out of nowhere on January the 8th, actually. That night, I'll never forget that night. It literally was almost like an out of body experience where one minute I'm in the living room watching TV, the next minute I'm in the kitchen with pad and paper, and 10 minutes later I'm staring at writing that says "My Fight Our War." Join our pack, you'll never be alone. And kind of clueless of what the hell I just wrote. Little did I know what it would turn into. And like I said, I knew after what happened to me with my experience with my organ failure and my situation, and by the grace of God, still being here, I knew that that was truly a blessing. But it still took me 3 years after the fact, 3 years to actually do something. So there's a term that we all have heard. It's not in our time, it's in God's time, God's will. And that is so true because it was like a blink of an eye and it was in the works. My Fight Our War. When I started this, I came on completely clueless, no experience with IT, no experience with social media, no experience in broadcasting, social speaking, nothing, zero. The one thing I did have is plenty of experience as one of us, one of you, in addiction. And as we all know, rule number one: don't lie. You can't lie to an addict because you can't bullshit a bullshitter. So I could have sat here and tried to bullshit my way through it. No, not never was a thought. So when I came out and started this family, and more so when I started the videos, and when I started doing even progressing to where I am now, I could have tried to fake it, act like I knew what I was doing, but that would have been disaster. We all know that. So instead, I threw it all on the table, man. I said exactly what was going on. I had no clue. And I said, please, you are my family. You tell me, reach out, let me know. If I'm doing something good, let me know so I can improve on it. If I'm doing something bad or something I shouldn't do, let me know so I can fix it. You know, communication, good, bad, or ugly, please. Just, I got thick skin. Let me know. And by the grace of God, you guys did. And it wasn't until I started, well, actually, it wasn't until that first interview I had with Brad McLeod in Sober School. Never did an interview, till that date. And here that day, I ended up doing two. But talking to Brad, we were originally going to just wing it because he wasn't sure how it was going to go when he found out it was his first podcast. That was mine. So he said, we'll just go 15-minute increments to just see how you do. Okay. He said, sometimes people freeze up and we'll see. Well, an hour and 45 minutes later, I'm still talking. And those of you who see this now are like, no shit. I knew there was something special. I knew that feeling is something I never had before. He in turn introduced me to Dan and Donna from Hard Knocks. And after that interview, it was on. I knew that I had a passion for this, that I wanted to start doing it myself. And so what do you do when you want to do something that you are clueless about? You learn about it, you study it, you try to, you learn. I've never been one for school and try to do that shit. So I took the way as I would watch the people who were top of the class. I would watch the hosts of these shows who are number one. I mean, if you want to be the best, you don't watch average shows. You don't watch shows that are you know, you watch shows that you see are the elite shows with the elite hosts on them. So that's what I did. I watched and I listened and I learned and I tried to adapt some of their techniques into my style. One thing I knew is I would never change who I am for anything. Um, I I had someone try to change who I was when I first started doing shows. And this was a person who was an actor with plenty of 30 years. He was a producer, a director, and he tried to do this, do that, don't do that, do this. It didn't work, and we parted ways. But he gave me a lot of good experience, and I appreciate it to this day. But I said I would never compromise who I am, and I never will. So as that progressed, my fight, our war, and now Manny Vitale's Wolfpack, and the thing is, I continuously am and looking and searching. How can I improve what I'm doing? How can I improve with my fight, our war, and the Wolfpack? How can I expand and helping? And of course, as you guys know, we got haters everywhere. We got freaking haters everywhere. And you know what? God bless them, because it just makes me push that much harder. Every time I hear something negative, in the past, I would have handled things differently. But as you guys know now, challenge accepted. And I take that and I run with it. So, my fight or war, and again, these people were trying to make comments like, all I care about is trying to get followers, trying to be popular, trying to get my name, trying to do this, blah, blah, blah. So I really don't care what those people say, because we're not going to be able to make everybody happy. And that's not why I'm doing this. But so what I am doing is, with my fight or war, as we've all know, is just like a lot of the support groups, families, we are here for addiction, mental health issues, and anything that is screwing up our lives and loved ones' lives. That's what our primary job, function, family is for. We are here 24/7 to help, motivate, support, and be there for addiction, for mental health, and whatever else it is. Um, as we know in life, there's a lot more than just that are messing our lives up. It doesn't take alcohol or drugs to ruin our lives. There's a lot of other issues that can come up and just basically destroy us. Those stories need to be heard just as much as the addiction, the mental health issues. That's why the Wolfpack's here. So it's not that I'm trying to neglect one to get notoriety or followers for another one. It's to have both combined to expand, so there's no one who's limited. Everybody has a voice. So that's why that happened. But that's still not enough. I still want more. And that's one thing I take a lot of pride in is, if you're going to do something in life, why take the approach, you know what? I want to be the best average person doing this. That's not me. I don't want that. I want to be better than that. But you know what? That's not enough. I want to look at the ones who are at the top. It's like, see that? Now that is who I'm going to be passing up on my way to the top of that mountain. And as I'm going past them, I'm going to grab their hand and I'm going to pull them with me. And as someone else passes me going up that mountain, they're going to reach down and grab my hand and they're going to pull both of us up with them. That's what you do. You help, you support, you care. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So that's where I'm going to bring someone in now who none of this would be able to be possible with of course, first and foremost, all of you. Um, this family is just that. It's family. Um, it's not I, me. It's us. It's we. And that being said, the help that I have received from that is just incredible. But this person has been there since you know pretty almost the beginning, but has taken over the job as admin, who has been a driving force and supporting and pushing and believing in the crazy shit that comes out of my mouth and the crazy stuff that comes up here as far as I'm going to do this. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Instead of, no, bad idea. It's like, go for it. So, you know, that being said, you know her as Thing, OG, Baby Yoda, and God knows whatever other names. So you know her as Lynn as well. So let's bring her on. There you are.
Okay, how you doing?
I am doing great. And I was just filling everybody in on kind of the announcement that we're about to make. And, the whole point behind it is to not at all lose focus on what's most important. And that's
Mm-hmm,
my baby will always be my fighter war. And of
mm-hmm,
course the Wolfpack. I don't look at one as, it's we're family. It's all we are here as one. And I will never shortchange one for the other or all these other crap that's not even a discussion. But as we know, I've got these visions that I want to do, and things happen for a reason. And
yes, they do.
and as I was saying before you came on, there's people that I have met in doing this that have helped me so much. And you guys from day one have heard me mention names and
Mm-hmm,
organizations and
mm-hmm,
families all the time. So that's one thing. No one can say that, oh, you've never said that. I say it all the time because it means
you do.
everything to me. Because without you guys in my fight or war, we wouldn't be here. But without all of these people who have helped me, and I wish I had my other paper in front of me with, some of them, but just some of them, and I have to read these for a reason. But first and foremost, starting from the beginning, Brad McLeod from Sober's Cool, Dan and Donna from Hard
Mm-hmm,
Knocks,
mm-hmm,
um, um, High Sobriety with Dylan and Alicia, Jared and Brianna from Blacklist, Sober Patrol with Kat, Scar Nation with Josh, all of these, and there's so many that are not here, and I'm
mm-hmm.
sorry because I'm usually a lot better at ripping these through about all of these other ones, Sassy is Sober, um, uh, all of these other people who have done so much for me, David Riggins, and the ones who have become part of my life, but not only that, that have introduced me to others that have
Yeah.
helped progress what we are doing in such a positive direction. So again, if I didn't say your name, if I didn't say the name of the organization, of the family, I don't mean no disrespect because you guys know that I give props all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just right now I'm a little,
Yes, you do.
a little flustered right now because this is huge, and I do want to give a shout out to a couple people, like I said, with David Riggins, and also to Jared and Brianna, especially Jared. Not especially, but this is for you, Jared. I got a message from Jared, um, and this was after I did his show with Blacklist Podcast, and I've been very fortunate that the shows have gone well, and the people that I've been on their shows have thought enough of it to actually suggest me to other friends of theirs who are hosts of shows, saying, "Listen, man, you got to get this guy's story." And I do the same to others. If someone's going to help me like that, man, that's how we get our stories out there, to be supportive. So I remember telling Jared about, how, you know, uh, what they did coming here that day and going out of their way. And we were discussing this passion of what we do in these shows and everything that goes into it. And and like he said, it's a passion. And I said,
Mhm.
it is. And I said, this here is something that I want to do. And I said,
By the way,
know,
Tyler's on board, honey, just so you know. Tyler's here.
I saw, yeah. And the thing is, I'm going to get to you guys too. I'm not ignoring anyone, but this has got to be
Hmm.
focused strictly on
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And
Okay.
so with Jared, we were talking after the show, and it was just, just how much, helping each other progress and meetings and just, you know, introducing people to other people and how it helps so many people. And I remember telling him, I want to be the best I could be at this and learn. And I said, I'm a fan of yours, man. Yours and Brianna over at Blacklist, as far as all the other ones that I just mentioned as well. And he made a
Hmm.
comment about how he feels, almost like a small fish in a big pond. And I started laughing. I go, well, dude, I don't look at you that way. I go, we're friends, we're brothers and all, but I'm still a fan. I'm a fan of yours and the show, of yours and Brianna's. And I said, but I'm gonna be climbing this mountain, man. And if there's any suggestions that you or anyone has for me, please, I'm like a sponge. Please help me. And then, there's never enough. You can learn every day. You could be,
Hmm.
better at your craft. You can always be better.
Hmm.
So I said the key, Ronnie Dahl over at Channel 2, all these other people who are in the business who have been so gracious to help me, man. She's helped me. So, I mean, here, Ronnie Dahl, man. I mean, really taking her time to help Manny Vitale. So that just shows that the support that people
Hmm.
do. So after talking to him, and he goes, you know what? I'll do what I can as far as if you want, I can help you with a list of some guests that come on, because he's had a very high profile guests on his show. But we both discussed that it's not about that. It's about the quality of the guests. I mean, sure, we all want the big names. I mean, who doesn't want to have an A-list star, athlete, actor, on your show? It gives notoriety that, hey, listen, man, this is no joke. This show is real,
Hmm.
and they're taking it seriously. And the thing is, too, is you take that superstar, that actor, that athlete, and their story's the same as Joe Smith, who is in the alley right now, and it has such a dynamic story. But I mean, reality is reality. You got Brad Pitt over here and John Doe over here with the same story. Who's gonna catch your attention first?
Hmm.
It's just life. And so talking with Jared about it, it's like with these so much, it wasn't so much about the guests for me it was about the other hosts that with such experience and clout, and that cachet, man, that once you start getting into that circle, they could keep helping you. I know, big word, cachet. Yeah, hey, I heard it somewhere. See, I hear shit, I don't know what it means, but it just fit in there. But after we were talking, and I said, well, I appreciate that, but it's not even so much about the guests as far as the whole process. He goes, I'll help you any way I can. And of course, individual's name came up. I don't know if people might know him. I mean, he's a new guy, up and comer, some guy, Ian Bick. I'm not sure if you've
Hmm.
heard of him. He's got some podcast in Connecticut. I guess it's doing pretty good. So, so we were talking about that, and I said, "Man, I would love the opportunity to chit chat with him, just to pick his brain, and hell, to be on his show." And lo and behold, Jared pulled the Jared, man. And next thing you know, a few days later, it may have been a little longer, I get contacted by Jared, and he said, "I got some news for you." He goes, "Take this information down." Okay. Yeah. Somebody wants you to call him because he wants you to be on the show. Well, that someone was Ian Bick. So he was nice enough to talk about me to him and my story and just give him a little backstory. And that was it. So, who knows what was going to come of it, but he did it. And next thing you know, he contacts him and tells Jared, give him my information. So I got a hold of him, and we talked for quite a while. That first conversation, man, it was very strange. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. All I heard was stories and seeing his work, and then again seeing his guests who are, for range from whatever to whatever. And I was like, all right, man. Well, you see people on a level like this doing shows, no matter what it is, social media, whether it's broadcasting locally, nationally, whatever it is, you don't know what they're like off camera. It could be complete assholes. And so here I'm hearing all this stuff about them, and you don't know what to believe, what not to believe. So here we're talking, and it was just weird, man. We just kind of clicked. Just that first call, just kind of talking back and forth, and we're laughing, joking around.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, man. I go, well, about your show. He goes, fuck yeah, man. I want you on my show. Great. So next thing you know, I got a hold of you. I said, guess what? I said, remember when we were talking about your job as admin? And I said, I told you I wanted to take this to new levels. So
Mhm.
instead of just helping with, setting up, little, kind of stuff,
Lists and stuff. Yeah.
helping me with lists and helping with IT stuff, helping with show or like setting up stuff with the stores and, just stuff like that. I said,
Mhm.
one day we're going to be having to, book flights to go out of state to be on these bigger platforms to do this and this. And I was kind of joking around just to mess with you because that was like when you first started, but I
Mhm.
wasn't joking around.
Mhm.
Lo
I
and
see.
behold, I'm like, just so you know, need to make flight arrangements, rental for a car because need to go to New York and drive to Connecticut to be on Ian's show.
Yes.
Well, next you know, there we are. Go there, and we've talked a few times before that. But then we got to the show, the studio. So it was the first time we met in person. And again, it was even in the parking lot, man, just sitting there, him and JC, just
Mhm.
instantly, it was like this click. So we, as you know, you were there, man. We do the
Mhm.
show. And I mean, it was damn near an hour and 45 minutes, almost 2 hours,
Yep.
just letting it rip. And it was like afterwards, I'll never forget it. We're sitting there and he got up and he goes, brother, he goes, you hit it out of the park, man. He goes, and I'm like, that was great. I go, it's like we've fucking known each other forever. And we kind of
Mhm.
laughed. And then we spent another half hour, 45 minutes. And next thing you know, he's like, you know what, man, I want to come to Detroit and be on your show. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay,
Okay.
I guess things went well. So then we started talking more and more. And the more we talked, it was just like, man, this is something good here, man. There's something
Mhm.
with the him and myself. There was a lot of good feedback and just feeding off of each other during that interview. There
Yep.
was constant dialogue. There was no dead air, but it was just like this ongoing dialogue conversation that you would have thought has been there for years.
Mhm.
So, when we were leaving, there he is, man. Man, you want to come to Detroit? We're going to hang out, for the weekend, be on your show. And then I'd like us to go out and do remotes from around the city to do a show together, in the city. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know what happened next? Things start turning. And I'm like, this is just too good. I mean, this can actually be happening. What I thought when I first met him, when we first started talking, I didn't say anything to anyone because I was like, there's no way. There's no fucking way. But then again, we all know if you don't ask and if you don't pursue something, the answer is always no.
Mhm. Correct.
So one day I decided to put everything down and in writing and kind of go over what my thoughts and ideas were. And so next thing you know, I throw it out to my brother Ian what my thoughts were. And at this point, it was right before he was on with Chevy Chase and all that, and it was right before he got
Mhm.
the sponsorship with Ric Flair, Mike Tyson, and all that. So I'm glad this all happened beforehand because it would have
Mhm.
seemed a little shady if it was afterwards, and you'll understand why in a minute here. But so I jotted down the ideas, and sent it off to Mr. Ian Bick for his thought on my crazy thoughts and ideas.
Yes.
Well, it was a Thursday, and I didn't hear back from him most of the day. And it was later on that night. And I mean, I was like, well, I mean, and I was pretty straightforward with what I wanted and what I was proposing. So I was like, well, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, man. This is it. And so I figured, well, the answer was no, since I didn't hear anything. So I sent an email and just said, listen, man, no matter what, you decide on these matters, me and you, nothing changes, man. We're going to still be promoting each other, this and that. And which was followed by another conversation when he got a hold of me saying, dude, I'm all in. And he goes, I'm busted at the end of the week. It's so busy. He said, but I'm all in. So anyways, that's where we are now, folks. And what he is all in on is I am so happy and excited to announce that myself and Ian Bick are going to be co-hosting our own show together.
Yay.
And this is going to be pretty amazing. This is something that, I mean, it went from these crazy thoughts that, here, like I said, unless you're living under a rock, you know who Ian is. And you give props where props are due. And, I respect him. I told him that after our interview, when I went there, did his show. Afterwards, I said, listen, brother, man, I totally respect what you're doing. I had a great time. And he goes, so did I, man. He goes, this was great. It was just this banter back and forth. And I was like, man, there's something. If we could, take this energy and if we could bring it together on our own show and bring people on as guests and face both of us, this shit would blow it out of the water. Well, it sounded good to me. I mean, what do I got to fucking lose? Hey, I got a great idea. You, after all you've established and all your hard work, yeah, I got a great co-host for you. Who might that be? Me. And lo and behold, man, he, without hesitation, he goes, I'm in. So, so myself and Ian Bick are going to be, we are obviously keeping our shows. My Fight, Our War is not going anywhere. And obviously, Ian Bick Locked In is just growing insanely. And that's not going anywhere but bigger and up, just like all of ours, just like all of us, all of you. The Wolfpack, everything's staying the same. There will be interaction, of course, just like every other show. But however, this one will strictly be myself and Ian co-hosting the show. And this is so new and in the works that we're looking so outside the box as far as interaction with everybody. Is like today, we've been going back and forth. We're still trying to figure out our name. We don't even know, Ian and Manny. I mean, who knows? We don't know. All we know, the cool thing about this whole thing is we both felt the same. It's like, this is a badass idea. Because as I told him as we were talking, I said, Ian, I'm telling you, man, I go, we could put a lump of shit in the chair and turn it into an interview that people are going to stand in line to want to watch. And I believe that with all my heart. And that's not being, narcissistic. That's just saying, as badass as he is and with his style. And I'm very comfortable with my style. Bringing that together is going to bring out the best in the guests. I mean, I'm not talking about me and him. I'm talking about that positive energy being directed at whoever's on our show to make the show better. And the show is the guest. So this is huge. This is freaking huge. And it was funny too, because all of this happened about a week before, next thing you know, he's blowing up, his page and all that stuff with you guys. Hey, listen, there's me, Chevy Chase having ice cream, Ric Flair and Mike Tyson are sponsoring the show. And here, meanwhile, here's me going, I got an idea. why don't you have me on as a co-host? We'll have our own show now after you've done all that. And, but this was all in the works before this even came out. So that, thank God, because even though the intentions are, I know what they are, he knows what they are, you know what they were. It's not, there was no bullshit, screwing around. This is something that I have such strong feelings that I told him right
Really?
when I sent him this proposal, and we talked a few times, and what I wanted to do, in that I just said, listen, Ian, I go, I'm just letting you know right now, without a doubt, I know that this isn't only going to succeed, this is going to be fucking huge. And I'm not just saying it because it's me and you. I can feel that dynamic, man. Just like, all of us, when you get that feeling inside and you just know that, when you hear that gut feeling, it's something we both hit right at that when we first talked on the phone, but it really hit when we did the show together. It was that instant chemistry. It's like, if this is working this freaking good on day one of an interview of meeting somebody, can you imagine the levels that we're going to take this to when we're sitting down doing shows? And the thing is, all of our shows are going to be live. So whether it's me in New York, or me in Connecticut, or him in Detroit, or both of us flying somewhere else to do shows, wherever it may be, we're doing it. We're freaking doing it. So all that shit I was telling you about airlines and booking reservations and booking flights and booking cars and all that, it's happening. It is happening. This is huge. And I know I keep saying that, but there's no other way to say it. And I cannot thank Ian enough for trusting in me. I can't thank him enough for believing in this dude from Detroit that, we sat down and have a conversation with, and it changed both our lives, man. And that means the world to me, that someone, that's, done what he's done and is at a level where he's at, has the faith in me to pursue this. I mean, it's truly a blessing. Give me a second. I need a drink.
Of water.
H2O, baby. But I he's in Puerto Rico now. They're heading to, and I was like, I'm going to burst. I mean, so I've been going through, as you know, ideas, thoughts, platforms, promos, but for, names, we are coming up with different names. So I'm like, Ian, and he goes, tell you what, he goes, as soon as you come up with something, we come up with something. He said, I'm going to have my graphics people, they're going to take care of it as far as logos, backdrops, whatever, because he's obviously has all, the connections and the stuff with that. He goes, once we decide on that, he's going to hand it over to the graphics department, who's just going to run with it. And we are going to just blow this sucker out of the freaking water. And so today I was back and forth. I'm like, I was like, dude, I said, I'm dying here. I go, for me not to make an announcement, I know that we are literally throwing shit at the wall here to try to make it stick. What we're going to be doing, the format, what, where, why, when. And I go, oh yeah, and the name. So I thought of this. I go, I'm just throwing this shit at him, and he's probably like, what the hell did I get myself into? But by me doing this stuff and thinking in the crazy ass way that that I think is igniting that stuff, because I was like, listen, I got another idea. It's almost like when I go to the doctor. It's not just a regular doctor appointment. It turns into a debate and a negotiation. So here I am, a guest on his show. And next thing you know what, Ian, I got a great idea. We're going to co-host a show together. Yeah. What do you think? It wasn't quite put that way, but it was just this feeling afterwards. And to find out that he was all in without hesitation, it was like, shit. Okay. You know what? I was right. And it means the world to me. And I do not take this lightly at all. This responsibility I take with such a blessing. and such pride and such admiration. And again, for all those people who helped. Um, like I
Along the
said, you know,
way.
yeah, all it's so many people that are behind the scenes that there's help. This person helped, that person helped this person, and that's what we do. We keep reaching out, and so again, man, you know, Jared, when we were having that discussion, whoever thought that a simple discussion after Jared and Brianna were here doing that show that they were nice enough to do. We know that Larry Bagby, that some people might know, a pretty damn famous actor, that they had on their show. Yeah, he invited them to a red carpet premiere in Birmingham, and so they ended up coming here to do a show. And our conversation is when all this started to come around. One thing led to another, and here we are. And it's just an amazing feeling. And it's something that it's these dreams and these things that you focus on, and you think, man, is this possible? And as I said
Yes.
earlier,
Yes.
anything is
Yes.
possible. If this isn't proof, then I don't know what is. So, another thing, you know how you guys, I posted our logo. I did that, the one behind us, guys. My Fight, Our War, back in 2023, on January, whatever it was, that, January 9th is when we started, but shortly after that is when I went to the printer and we threw out a bunch of proofs. And I was like, listen, man, from day one, I said, we, what do you guys think? What do you think? And I put them all out there. And as a family, collectively, we went, you know what, that one, this one, and then here it is right behind me. What did I do with the Wolfpack? Same thing. All right, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. What do you think? And within minutes, man, we had all these texts that posts that number 1, 2, 3, whatever it was. So here we are. Myself and Ian Bick co-hosting a show together without a name. So what do? Well, here's what we do. We want to involve everybody that whoever wants to. We appreciate, we would appreciate the help. That if you have a suggestion for names of a show, I mean, what a better way to show, that we're having everyone involved in this than, let's get some input. What do you guys think of names? What would be a good name for a show? I've been very lucky with the two that, with one behind me here. That one, I had no choice. God said, my fight, our war, join our pack, you'll never be alone. And I swear, above, that's how it went on January 9th or January 8th, 2023, sitting in that kitchen within 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. I wrote that down. My fight, our war, join our pack, you'll never be alone. And it was a blessing. The same thing with the Wolfpack. So it was like meant to be. This is a little different. This is a lot different. So, myself and like, I know you've been throwing some names around. Ian is busy as hell with all his stuff. He's going, he's doing his thing as well. So, collectively between all of us, we're all throwing some stuff together. I just thought it'd be kind of neat, man. So if anyone's interested and helping out,
That's for family. Yeah.
Please, man. That's what family does. When you have something that you want to discuss, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you have events going on, you have things you want, you share them with who? Your family, your friends. That's who we're surrounded with here. So again, if you guys, I would really appreciate any input on anything, not only name, but different suggestions about what you think or different parts or aspects of the new show will be. Of course, we've got all these different thoughts and ideas as far as what we're doing, which paths we're taking, and or whatever. There's a whole lot. This when I say new, this is new, people. This is new. But the excitement was so much that I could not keep it in anymore. So, I really, I don't know if you're watching right now, Ian, but thank you for agreeing to let me turn this thing loose on everybody about our plans, our endeavor, what we're doing. And This is going to be one amazing ride. The possibilities are absolutely endless. The things that we are going to do. So yeah,
Can
I
I
do.
interject just for a second? Just so you're putting it out for the family because there's some people watching now, some people who won't see this until later tonight or maybe tomorrow. To please send in ideas for names. I mean, could be something to just let her rip with Ian and Manny, or you know, chit and chat with Ian and Manny. I mean, whatever. Just send in some ideas.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean any
enough said.
yeah, anything.
Mm-hmm.
What if you guys sometimes when you're outside the box or looking in,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
see something maybe a different way. Maybe it could be something that someone sees Ian and myself, like seeing us or like pictures of us or seeing us do the shows, and then hearing something. It's like, hey, that reminds me of Ian. That reminds me of Manny.
Good.
And you know what? And Dumb and Dumber's already taken. So please, no, no, no. What? No. Um, but it's just stuff like that, man. You just don't know. But you know what? What a better way to involve people, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty fucking cool, man. It's just like so. I mean, just think, down the line here, we could be sitting there and have someone on the show, and here someone could be like, "Hey, you guys, just so you know, you do realize I'm the one that named your show." Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so again, man, and like I said, OG man, I can't thank you enough for all of your help, from everything from helping with setting up shows, setting up meetings, set my schedule, um, everything as far as to
I
do
feel I'm going to get busier so shortly. A lot
you.
busier very
Oh, dude,
soon.
things are just going to
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be
Explode.
yeah, it's going to be something, and it still doesn't seem real.
Oh, it's
Again,
real.
and again, it just goes to show you that, that old saying, if you don't ask, the answer is
Always
no.
no.
And you know what? What do you have to lose? I mean, I
Hmm.
had absolutely nothing to lose. But the thing is, too, as I've said in many shows and many videos, is you have to believe in yourself. I mean, here, I know I'm the new guy coming into this, but I don't feel like the new guy because I love this. I really dig. I love what I'm doing. I love being behind this mic in front of that camera. I love bullshitting with everybody and hearing stories and being able to
Hmm.
interact. I
Hmm.
love
Hmm.
it. Recorded live. I don't care. And but I do know how much I absolutely love doing it, and now to be able to take it to this next level and to
Yep.
who
Yep. Yep.
knows the possibilities that are gonna jump out of this are just incredible. And again, to everyone from from Brad, Sober School, Dan and Donna, Jared, uh, High Sobriety, Sober Patrol, Scar Nation, Sassy and Sober,
Hmm.
I mean, and again, I pissed because I don't have my other list in front of me. But again, if I didn't say your name or anything, this is all of you. I mean, I feel
Hmm.
extremely blessed to be in this situation. And again, man, I don't take this lightly at all, and I'm going to be busting my ass. And again, this is not going to take anything from my fighter war or the Wolfpack. I don't want that to, because again, with every positive, you got to have people jumping in to kind of shit on your parade and stuff. I know it's
Well,
rain, but
those are your babies. Those are your
yeah,
babies.
and
You're
it
just
is, but
expanding the family.
and that's what it is. But this is something that it's going to
Yeah.
expand to help both.
Yeah.
It's not one or the other. It's not like that. Um, of course, there's going to be a lot of time spent on this as we get going because it needs to be. Just like with my fight our war, man, there was the only thing rolling at that time, so it was 100% of the attention. Now, thank God, it's been almost 2 years. Things are going, but we're still able to keep going at this pace and increasing as we go. The Wolfpack is going slow but sure. Keyword slow, but we
Mhm.
are, we're getting the word
Growing.
out. We're starting
Mhm.
to do some more shows, and we're going from one extreme to the other. And now with this avenue, like I said, not only is it going to be, our shows are going to be in person. Now there may be some occasions where we do send a link and do it through just like this with different links and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
If it's not feasible, and if there's something that comes up, of course we're going to jump on it. We're not going to sit there. Oh, nope, nope. It's got to be a person. That's it. Only, we'll do whatever's best for the show and for the guests,
Mhm.
obviously.
Mhm.
But the main thing is to have that edge where it's going to be us in studio with the guests and just letting it freaking rip, baby. And
Yeah.
and as I said, man, with him in there doing his thing, I mean, his work speaks for itself. And I
Mhm.
feel very confident what I'm doing that I'm good with that. And you put us both in there, look out,
Well,
look
you
out.
both have good energy. You both have great energy, but different styles. It's going to be nice. It's going to be great.
And that's just it. It's just different. It's not better. It's not
Mhm.
worse. It's
Mhm.
just different. And that difference feeds off each other, and
Yep.
everyone
Yes.
everyone benefits
Yes.
from it. It's
Yes.
just like
Yes.
this.
Yes.
Everything is just like,
Yes.
something might be going this way, and it's just like all of a sudden he catches on to it, and he's going to be like, and then all of a sudden it starts flowing back this way, and I want to be like, and it's just this is truly a blessing. It's amazing, and I feel so much better that I was able to talk about it, man. Because this is
You're exploding.
for the last couple of weeks, man. I've just been, oh my god, oh my god. First of all, it was. I remember when I told you for the first time, man. It was
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
I got an idea. Before it was hold my beer, watch this. Now, now that has turned into challenge accepted.
Mhm.
And I had this thought that I wanted to do. And of course, I had a lot of things going on in my head telling me, no, 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 don't. He'll never go for it. You're, you know, almost like you're out of your league doing it. Whatever it was, it was like you start to become your own worst enemy. You
True.
know what? Screw that.
Yes.
Screw that.
Yes.
You know what it is? Fuck yeah, I'm ready for this. You know what?
Mhm.
You know what? But you put us both together. I mean, this is going to be an amazing, show because we're going to have amazing people who are part of it. It's not him. It's not me. It's the collaboration of all
Combination.
of us there, and it's just going to be it's going to be a hell of a ride. I mean, this is truly going to be a hell of a ride, and
Mhm.
that's it, man. But like I said again, OG man, I appreciate but again at the same time, remember that you know you said
I'm getting
hi.
busier.
So you
I
and
said hi.
and
Mhm.
to all of you, I'm talking about when I first met Lynn. It was shortly after I started my fight. Now I've seen her at the gym. We've seen each other many times at the gym, just in coming and going. It was different out or different times,
Mhm.
and but I still can't remember if it was a hoodie or whatever it was. But anyways, long story short, one day she came up and said, "How you doing? I'm Lynn." And it was like, "How you doing?" And we started to chit chat, and somehow,
That was
the
that.
My Fight Our War came up, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden she's like, you could tell, you saw the look. She goes, I lost my brother. My brother died
Mhm.
from alcohol. And it was just like, you gotta be kidding, man. I mean, it's just like things happen for a freaking reason. So instantly, she's like, I'm in. What, okay,
Mhm.
well, you joined, right, grab your phone, My Fight Our War, boom, in. And I think it was like a couple days after that, we were talking about obviously everything that was going on, the direction, what I was hoping to do, what I was going to do, and how to
Mhm.
get there. And I remember, I think
Mhm.
it was the store, something was going on, and it was just crazy as hell. And I was like, man, I got so much going on, and it's just me. And that's when you made the comment about, well, how could I help? I go, well, you could be the admin and take over running the shit. And you're like, okay. And I was like, sucker. And so as we started getting busier, and now all of a sudden it's just like, by the way, you got a show, you got to do this, this camera, the lighting, this, that, and everything else. As things started to get hectic as shit and very tense at the key moment, just when things were about to explode, I would just go, "You said hi." Hey, you said hi. And it would break the tension. And she was like,
Exactly.
"You're right. I did.
You're right.
I did." And but I tell you what, that's going to be the
And here we
best
are.
decision because, as I said before, man, we're going to take this shit to new levels. And with the help and support of all the amazing people in my fight and the Wolfpack and all the other places and organizations I just said, there's nowhere but up. So,
Yeah.
so thank you. And this is, yeah, you're going to be busy. You're going to be very busy.
Okay.
So
Why
that's
not?
about it, man. So
I'm
again,
so happy for you.
oh, thanks, man. And so everybody, this goes out to whoever's listening and whoever hears this. If you'd
Need a
like to get
name.
involved, if you would like to get involved in this, it'd be great. It'd be great, man. Just to have some fun and
Yeah.
help us pick out a name. So, the assignment again is if you want to, we could really use your help. So, again, it's going to be, if you can come up with a name for our show, it's obviously Ian Bick and Manny Vitale. Boom, you insert. So I'm looking forward to hearing some of these, or maybe I'm not. So, I mean, I may have said, well, just like you said hi.
Yeah.
This could be, well, hey, you said name this.
Pick a
So
name.
yeah, like I said, Dumb and Dumber, or Good Meets Evil. I mean, the party's over. So I mean, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, this is and so whoever, I mean, I know Tyler and Ruthie, Rebecca, thank you. I don't know if you guys are still there. I don't know if anyone's there. I I'm just so freaking excited and just
You're kind of happy.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
happy.
Kind of happy.
Yeah, this is
Cloud nine.
something that I just had just that feeling, just like I got with My Fight Our War that night. It was something that was bigger than me. That it was meant to be. My Fight Our War on January the 8th, 2023 was meant to be. It was born that night, and there was no stopping it. It was out of my control. It just happened. And this here with myself and Ian doing this show, it was something that all of a sudden from day one, I just knew that there was something with that connection. And after the show in New York, Connecticut, as soon as we ended it, we both kind of sat there for a second looking at each other. It was like, damn, that was good.
That was good.
And there wasn't so much that was good, like just the whole everything, the interaction, the interview itself, the way the flow, that's what we meant. It was so good. It was just like something's there, man. And from that day up until this moment when I made the announcement, it's been eating at me. It's like this was a sign. This was meant to be. We had to do a little finagling to make this happen, the trip to New York and stuff, but it was meant to be. And this is just it's cool as hell. I mean, excuse me.
Yeah, so we're looking for names, guys. We're looking for names. Send some ideas.
We're looking for names, and any other thoughts about this process? Oh, the thing is, nothing's changed. Any thoughts as far as My Fight or War? Any thoughts about the Wolfpack? Any thoughts at all that's going to help generate in a positive way of something? Please let me know. In fact, we are moving forward. You know what? Might as well. I forgot about, not that I forgot, but while we're going here, we've got a very important meeting tomorrow, as you already have written down. As you guys hopefully saw
Oh,
on the Wolfpack was a interview, and I did with, or not, more of a show video with, excuse me, with Sean
Sean.
Hunt. And oh, excuse me, the Sean Hunt is the mother who lost Jason, her son, who was tragically murdered in Pontiac on January 14th. A terrible, senseless act of violence, and um, I did a promo going into that show before a meeting with her, kind of
Mhm.
setting the foundation of what we're going to do, what she wants to do to help try to get the message out there about what the hell's going on in the society.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
applaud her so much for what she's doing. When I say the pain that this amazing woman is feeling, and she's still pushing through, and she's doing it to help other mothers so they don't feel this terrible, terrible, terrible incident that happened to her. Um, so
I'm
we
bringing Kleenex tomorrow.
so we are meeting tomorrow because after we did the first
Mhm.
one, it was too much to do everything at once. We are going to divide it into a series. So we're going to meet tomorrow and discuss what the next approach is, what basically the format and the layout of what the most important points that we're going to cover. And then once we get that, then we're going to proceed with the next series, which will be going on from there.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we'll be meeting tomorrow. After that meeting, I will be coming on to let you know when the next one will be, and please check it out because you definitely, and like OG said, have Kleenex ready.
Yeah.
Um, but so that'll be tomorrow, and also waiting for a couple other return calls that you knew about as far as some of our guests for our Sunday show. I
Mhm.
had got to take care of the Red Wing alumni, take
Yeah.
care of that as well. So I will take care of that tomorrow. So, okay. Well, announcement made. Again, I'm so blessed and grateful to say
Yay!
myself and
Yay!
Ian, myself and Ian Bick are starting our own show. We're co-hosting a show together. So, and now we're just waiting for you guys to jump in
Come up
and
with
give
a
some
name.
suggestions for some names, and let's have
Hmm.
some fun. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, OG, I'm gonna close this out, and I'm gonna try to relax. And uh,
Yeah.
uh, well, every time I say that, man, I'm so hyped up that it's like, well, I'm not
Hmm.
gonna be sleeping for a while, and then it's like 15 minutes after I get done here, I'm out, out like
You're
a
out.
light, baby. So, I'm gonna. What time is it? 9:30. Holy shit! Wow. All right. Well, I am gonna because I'm gonna be at the gym early, and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so I just, what a great,
You're glowing. Okay, you're glowing.
yeah,
It's like you're on fire. It's like, ah, it's great. It's
this,
great. It's
it's
gonna
like
be good.
truly a blessing. So,
Hmm.
you guys, I love you guys. Thank you for everything, and we will be keeping you updated. And in the meantime, we'll be waiting for your suggestions and things saying bye. All right, OG, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
I
Bright
love
and
you
early.
guys. Keep fighting the good fight.
Bye now.